When it comes to corn tortillas, as it is with most foods, nothing beats having them freshly made. But if you're not in Mexico with no access to a fresh tortilla provider, then your only option is to get them store-bought. That is, of course, if your grocery actually sells them. Now the good news is that making corn tortillas at home is extremely easy. All it takes is salt, water and Masa Harina. That is actually corn dough that has been dried and powdered. It comes in multiple colors based on the color of the corn that is used. We have the most commonly known yellow and white varieties, but there's also blue Masa Harina, which is made out of this amazing looking blue corn, which leads to a clear difference in color that yields these dark blue tortillas. Now, let's make some tortillas, shall we? For a dough that yields 10 taco tortillas, start with 170 grams of Masa Harina, a pinch of salt, I'm using the kind that comes from the sea, and then add 225 milliliters or just shy of 1 cup of water that I microwaved for 30 seconds to warm it up. The water needs to be warm as it will help with hydrating the masa, because that's all that we're doing here. The beauty with corn tortilla dough is that it doesn't need kneading since the corn flour doesn't have gluten. Yeah, that's right. These are also gluten-free, but do make sure to check the package of your masa because some brands don't list it as gluten-free. So after mixing the dough well, it will resemble Play-Doh and not stick to your hand. Now cover it with a damp paper towel or a plastic wrap and let it sit for half an hour to allow the masa to fully hydrate. For the cooler looking blue corn tortillas, the process is almost exactly the same. Masa harina, salt of the sea and warm water. But blue corn Masa Harina might require a bit more water, so make sure to have a bit more on hand to add if needed. Not too much, add it by dipping your hand in the water and then resume mixing the dough until you get that Play-Doh consistency. Cover it and let it hydrate for 30 minutes. After that, you'll want to divide this dough in 10 equally sized pieces of 40 grams each. You can eyeball it if you want, but if you use a scale, then you'll get equally sized tortillas, which I prefer. Now roll each one into a ball and keep them covered so that they don't dry up as you cook them. To make the pressing easier, we'll use a resealable bag that I cut the openings as well as the sides, leaving the bottom intact so that it acts as a hinge. For pressing, you can use a pot with a flat bottom. Place it on top and start by first lightly pushing straight down. Then put your weight into it and go full-on beast mode. What you'll end up with is a nice, flat, even circle. Careful when you peel it off as it's easy to tear it apart. Now gently lay it on a medium-high heated cast iron pan and let it cook for 1 minute. Then flip and let it go for another minute on the other side. Then you can go for the third flip to get more burned marks and maybe you get lucky to get it to inflate. But the tortilla making process doesn't end here. There is a last crucial step of placing them in a heavy pot lined with a towel. This will build up some steam and allow the tortillas to become soft and flexible for all your taco bending needs. Let's get back to pressing. If you're serious about the tortillas, then I highly recommend getting a press. The one I have is a cheap aluminum one, which does the job, but if you can find a cast iron one, then it's well worth the extra cash. When using a press, the secret is that once you reach the bottom, keep it there for a few seconds until you feel less resistance from the dough. And as you can see, the results are pretty similar to the pot method. But your hands won't hurt as much after pumping 20 of these in one session. For pots, avoid the ones that have indentations like this, unless you're into eating IKEA branded tortillas. In a pinch, you can even use an oven tray. While not ideal, it gets the job done. So you see, no matter what you use to press the tortillas, in the end you'll still get a nice stack of them. And it doesn't really matter what type of masa you use, the cooking process is the same. So let's make a quick taco to test drive them. sliced marinated pork steak, and of course something pickled is always good. This time it's jalapeno. Let's put some avocado, top it off with cilantro or parsley, and lastly add some spicy goodness. Now, I really love the Black Label extra spicy Valentina. It pairs really good with tacos. And just look at these beauties. So I hope this makes it clear as to why making corn tortillas at home is not just easy but a big step up in quality. And the small tips I pepper through this video will set you up for success. Now, while I continue to enjoy my tacos, I invite you to like this video and subscribe for more cooking tips, recipes, and other food related content. Thanks for sticking until the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!